The next word is sword. A sword is a long, sharp weapon used for cutting or fighting. He carried a sword on his belt during the battle. This means he had a sword with him, ready to use in the fight. The knight drew his sword and prepared for the duel. This means the knight took out his sword and got ready to fight. She admired the beautiful sword displayed in the museum. This means she looked at the sword in the museum with interest. The next word is syllable. A syllable is a unit of sound in a word, usually containing a vowel. The word apple has 2 syllables. This means the word apple is made up of 2 parts when you pronounce it. Computer has 3 syllables. This means when you say the word computer, you divide it into 3 sounds. Can you count the syllables in the word wonderful? This means you need to break the word wonderful into its sound parts. The next word is symbol. A symbol is something that represents or stands for something else. The heart is a symbol of love. This means the heart is often used to represent love. The dove is a symbol of peace. This means the dove is commonly used to represent peace. A red stop sign is a symbol that tells you to stop. This means the red stop sign represents the action of stopping. The next word is sympathetic. Sympathetic means showing understanding and care for someone else's feelings. She was very sympathetic when I told her about my problems. This means she showed kindness and understanding after hearing about my issues. He gave me a sympathetic look when I was feeling sad. This means he looked at me with understanding because I was upset. The teacher was sympathetic towards the student who struggled with the lesson. This means the teacher showed compassion and understanding towards the student. The next word is sympathy. Sympathy means feelings of pity or sorrow for someone else's misfortune. I felt a lot of sympathy for her when I heard about her loss. This means I felt sorry for her because of the sad situation. He sent a card with a message of sympathy after the accident. This means he sent a card expressing his sorrow for the incident. Her sympathy for the homeless made her volunteer at the shelter. This means her feeling of care and concern for the homeless motivated her to help. The next word is symptom. A symptom is a sign or feeling that shows that something is wrong with your body or mind. A headache is a common symptom of the flu. This means a headache is a common sign that someone has the flu. Coughing can be a symptom of a cold or allergy. This means coughing can show that you have a cold or an allergic reaction. The doctor asked about his symptoms to understand his illness. This means the doctor inquired about the signs of his sickness to diagnose it. The next word is tabloid. A tabloid is a type of newspaper or magazine that focuses on sensational news, often with large pictures and dramatic headlines. The tabloid published a story about the celebrity's secret life. This means the newspaper printed a dramatic story about the celebrity's personal matters. She reads tabloids for entertainment, even though they're not very reliable. This means she enjoys reading sensational stories in tabloids, even though they may not be accurate. The scandal was covered in every tabloid magazine. This means the shocking event was reported in many sensational magazines. The next word is tackle. Tackle means to deal with or try to solve a problem or challenge. She decided to tackle the difficult math problem. This means she chose to address and solve the challenging math problem. The team worked together to tackle the project. This means the team collaborated to handle and complete the project. We need to tackle the issue of pollution in our city. This means we need to deal with and find a solution to the pollution problem. The next word is tail. Tail refers to the part of an animal's body that extends behind it, or the rear part of something. The dog wagged its tail when it was happy. This means the dog moved its tail back and forth to show excitement. The car was following closely behind with its tail lights on. This means the car was driving behind with its backlights visible. The bird has a long tail that helps it balance when flying. This means the bird's tail is an important part of its body to keep it steady in the air. The next phrase is take a deep breath. Take a deep breath means to breathe in slowly and deeply, usually to relax or calm down. Before speaking in front of the crowd, she took a deep breath. This means she breathed deeply to calm her nerves before talking to the audience. He took a deep breath to calm himself after hearing bad news. This means he breathed in deeply to relax and reduce his stress. Take a deep breath and stay calm during the test. This means breathe in slowly to remain relaxed and focused during the test. The next phrase is take a risk. Take a risk means to do something that has a chance of failure or harm, but also could bring a reward. She decided to take a risk and start her own business. This means she chose to do something uncertain, but with the possibility of success. If you take a risk, you might win big or lose everything. This means taking a chance could lead to a great reward or a big loss. He took a risk by investing all his money in the stock market. This means he made a decision with uncertain results, risking his money. The next phrase is take account of something. Take account of something means to consider or pay attention to something when making a decision. You should take account of the weather before going on a hike. This means you should consider the weather conditions before going hiking. She took account of the time difference when planning the meeting. This means she considered the time zone differences when organizing the meeting. The manager took account of everyone's opinions before making the decision. This means the manager listened to everyone's views before deciding. The next phrase is take advantage of somebody. Take advantage of somebody means to use someone in a way that is unfair or selfish for personal benefit. He took advantage of her kindness and borrowed money without returning it. This means he used her generosity selfishly without paying it back. Don't let people take advantage of you at work. This means do not let others use you unfairly to get something from you. She felt upset because he took advantage of her trust. This means she was hurt because he used her trust for his own benefit. The next phrase is take advantage of something. Take advantage of something means to use a situation or opportunity to gain a benefit. We took advantage of the sunny weather and went for a walk in the park. This means we used the good weather to enjoy a walk outside. They took advantage of the sale to buy new clothes at a low price. This means they used the opportunity of the sale to buy clothes cheaply. You should take advantage of this offer before it ends. This means you should use the opportunity to benefit from the offer before it expires. The next phrase is take after somebody. Take after somebody means to resemble or look like someone, especially a family member. She takes after her mother with her blonde hair and blue eyes. This means she looks like her mother, having similar physical features. He takes after his father in his sense of humor. This means he shares his father's way of being funny. My son takes after me in his love for music. This means my son shares my passion for music. The next phrase is take charge. Take charge means to take control or be responsible for something. She decided to take charge of the team project. This means she became the leader and handled the project. When the manager left, John took charge of the office. This means John took control and became responsible for managing the office. It's time for you to take charge of your own future. This means it's time for you to take responsibility for your life and decisions. The next phrase is take control. Take control means to gain power or authority over something. The company needs to take control of the situation before it gets worse. This means the company needs to manage the situation and prevent problems. He took control of the conversation by speaking confidently. This means he became the one in charge of the discussion. You should take control of your health by exercising regularly. This means you should manage your health by staying active and healthy. The next phrase is take down something or take something down. Take down something means to remove or write something down. She took down the notes during the meeting. This means she wrote down the important points from the meeting. The workers took down the old sign and replaced it with a new one. This means the workers removed the old sign and put up a new one. He took down the curtains to wash them. This means he removed the curtains from the window to clean them. The next phrase is take into account something. Take into account something means to consider something when making a decision. We need to take into account the weather when planning the outdoor event. This means we need to consider the weather conditions when organizing the event. The teacher took into account the students' opinions before changing the schedule. This means the teacher considered the students' views before making the decision. You should take into account the cost before buying the new car. This means you should consider how much it will cost before making the purchase. The next phrase is take it for granted. Take it for granted means to not appreciate something or assume it will always be available. I took it for granted that she would always be there for me. This means I assumed She would always support me without appreciating it. He took it for granted that the meeting would be scheduled on Monday. This means he assumed the meeting would definitely be on Monday without confirming. Don't take your good health for granted. This means don't assume that your health will always be good without taking care of it. The next phrase is take milk. Take milk means to drink or consume milk. He likes to take milk with his breakfast every morning. This means he drinks milk as part of his breakfast. She takes milk in her tea instead of lemon. This means she adds milk to her tea rather than lemon. I can't take milk because I'm lactose intolerant. This means I can't drink milk due to a health condition. The next phrase is take sugar. Take sugar means to add sugar to something, usually a drink. He likes to take sugar in his coffee. This means he adds sugar to his coffee. She doesn't take sugar in her tea. This means she does not add sugar to her tea. I usually take sugar with my morning tea. This means I add sugar to my tea in the morning. The next phrase is take on somebody or take somebody on. Take on somebody means to challenge or compete against someone. The team will take on their rivals in the final match. This means the team will compete against their rivals in the final. He decided to take on the difficult project at work. This means he chose to handle the challenging project. She took on her opponent in the boxing match. This means she fought or competed against her opponent in the match. The next phrase is take over something. Take over something means to gain control or responsibility for something. The new manager will take over the department next week. This means the new manager will assume control of the department. When the CEO left, his assistant took over the company's operations. This means his assistant became responsible for running the company. The company is planning to take over a smaller competitor. This means the company wants to buy or control a smaller business. The next phrase is take something over. Take something over means to assume control of something or dominate it. He took the meeting over with his strong leadership. This means he became the leader of the meeting and controlled it. The company took over the building to use it for their new office. This means the company gained control of the building for their office. She took over the presentation after the first speaker finished. This means she began leading the presentation after the first speaker. The next phrase is take pleasure in something. Take pleasure in something means to enjoy something. She takes pleasure in reading novels every evening. This means she enjoys reading books in the evening. He takes pleasure in helping others whenever he can. This means he enjoys assisting people. I take pleasure in painting landscapes during my free time. This means I enjoy painting pictures of nature when I have time. The next phrase is take pride in something. Take pride in something means to feel satisfaction or self-respect about something. She takes pride in her work as a teacher. This means she feels proud of her job and how well she does it. He takes pride in his achievements in sports. This means he feels proud of his accomplishments in sports. They take pride in their company's reputation for quality. This means they feel proud of their company's excellent reputation. The next phrase is take an interest in something. Take an interest in something means to show curiosity or concern about something. He takes an interest in learning new languages. This means he is curious and enjoys learning new languages. She has taken an interest in environmental issues lately. This means she has started to care more about environmental topics. They took an interest in the local culture when they traveled abroad. This means they became curious and learned more about the culture during their trip. The next phrase is take somebody around, something or somewhere. Take somebody around something or somewhere means to show someone the places or areas in a specific location. He will take us around the city on our first day. This means he will show us different places in the city. She took her friend around the museum to see the exhibits. This means she showed her friend different parts of the museum. They took the visitors around the factory to see the production process. This means they showed the visitors different areas of the factory. The next phrase is take somebody round, something or somewhere. Take somebody round something or somewhere has the same meaning as take somebody around, which is to show someone around a place. He took his family round the house to show them all the rooms. This means he showed his family the different rooms in the house. She took her colleagues round the office on their first day. This means she showed her colleagues the office layout. They took the tourists round the castle and explained its history. This means they showed the tourists around the castle and told them about its history. The next phrase is take somebody for granted. Take somebody for granted means to not appreciate someone enough or to assume they will always be there without showing gratitude. He always takes his wife for granted and never thanks her. This means he doesn't appreciate his wife or acknowledge her efforts. She felt taken for granted at work because no one acknowledged her hard work. This means she felt that her efforts were not appreciated. Don't take your friends for granted. Show them you care. This means don't assume your friends will always be there without showing appreciation. The next phrase is take something for granted. Take something for granted means to assume that something is always available or will always happen without truly appreciating it. We often take clean water for granted until there's a shortage. This means we don't realize how important clean water is until we don't have it. She took her good health for granted until she got sick. This means she didn't fully appreciate her health until it was affected. Don't take your freedom for granted. It's a precious thing. This means don't assume that freedom will always be available without appreciating it. The next phrase is take somebody seriously. Take somebody seriously means to treat what someone says or does with respect and belief. You need to take your teacher seriously if you want to learn well. This means you should listen to and respect your teacher's advice. He felt that no one took him seriously when he shared his ideas. This means people didn't treat his ideas with respect. If you want to succeed, you must take your mentor seriously. This means you should listen to and follow your mentor's guidance. The next phrase is take something seriously. Take something seriously means to consider something important and to treat it with appropriate focus or concern. He took the warning about the storm seriously and stayed indoors. This means he treated the warning seriously and stayed inside for safety. She didn't take the meeting seriously and was unprepared. This means she didn't pay enough attention to the meeting and didn't prepare well. You should take your health seriously and see a doctor regularly. This means you should focus on your health and make it a priority. The next phrase is take somebody's place. Take somebody's place means to replace someone or do their job or role. When he was sick, I had to take his place at the meeting. This means I had to fill in for him at the meeting. She took her colleague's place as the team leader. This means she became the team leader instead of her colleague. He took my place in the queue when I had to leave. This means he stood in line for me when I couldn't continue. The next phrase is take somebody's word for it. Take somebody's word for it means to believe what someone says without needing proof or evidence. I don't have the details, but I'll take your word for it. This means I trust what you say, even though I don't have proof. He said the restaurant was good, so I'll take his word for it. This means I believe him that the restaurant is good without checking myself. You can take her word for it. She's always right. This means you can trust her statements because she is reliable. The next phrase is take something into consideration. Take something into consideration means to think about something carefully before making a decision. We need to take the weather into consideration before planning the outdoor event. This means we need to think about the weather when planning the event. She took my feelings into consideration before making the decision. This means she thought about how I would feel before deciding. You should take your budget into consideration when buying a car. This means you should think about how much money you can afford to spend. The next phrase is take the opportunity to do something. Take the opportunity to do something means to make use of a chance to do something. He took the opportunity to study abroad and learn a new language. This means he used the chance to go abroad and improve his language skills. She took the opportunity to visit her family during the holidays. This means she made use of the chance to spend time with her family. They took the opportunity to explore the city while on a business trip. This means they used the chance to see the city while they were there. The next phrase is take this opportunity to do something. Take this opportunity to do something means to use a specific chance to do something important or beneficial. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank everyone for their support. This means I want to use this moment to express my gratitude. He decided to take this opportunity to improve his skills during the break. This means he used the time off to focus on improving his abilities. We should take this opportunity to discuss the new project ideas. This means we should use this moment to talk about the project. The next phrase is take turns or take it in turns. Take turns or take it in turns means to do something in a way where each person does it one after another. We take turns driving during the long road trips. This means each person drives at different times on the trip. The children took it in turns to play with the toy. This means the children played with the toy one after another. Let's take turns reading the book aloud. This means we will read the book in turns, one person at a time. The next phrase is take your breath away. Take your breath away means to make someone feel shocked or amazed by something, usually in a very impressive way. The view from the top of the mountain took my breath away. This means the view was so beautiful that I was amazed. Her performance was so good that it took everyone's breath away. This means her performance was so impressive that everyone was amazed. The surprise party took his breath away. He didn't expect it. This means the party shocked him because it was unexpected. The next phrase is take responsibility for something. Take responsibility for something means to accept that you are the one to blame for something or are in charge of it. He took responsibility for the mistake and apologized. This means he admitted that he was at fault for the error. You should take responsibility for your actions and their consequences. This means you should accept that your actions have results that you are responsible for. She took responsibility for organizing the event and did a great job. This means she accepted the task of organizing the event and managed it well. The next phrase is accept responsibility for something. Accept responsibility for something means to agree that you are accountable for something, especially when something goes wrong. She accepted responsibility for the mistake in the report. This means she admitted that she was the one responsible for the error in the report. He accepted responsibility for the accident and promised to pay for the damage. This means he agreed that he was responsible for the accident and would fix the situation. You need to accept responsibility for your actions, whether they're good or bad. This means you should own up to what you do, regardless of the outcome. The next phrase is claim responsibility for something. Claim responsibility for something means to publicly say that you are the one responsible for it, especially for an action or event. The group claimed responsibility for the charity event they organized. This means the group stated that they were responsible for organizing the event. The company claimed responsibility for the product recall and issued refunds. This means the company admitted that it was responsible for the recall of the product. The attackers claimed responsibility for the bombing. This means they openly said that they were the ones behind the bombing. The next word is tale. A tale means a story, often one that is imaginary or passed down through generations. My grandmother told me an old tale about a dragon. This means my grandmother shared a story that was likely imaginary involving a dragon. The book is a thrilling tale of adventure and mystery. This means the book tells an exciting story full of adventure and mystery. The children sat around the campfire listening to a spooky tale. This means the children listened to a story that was intended to be a little scary. The next phrase is talk over something or talk something over. Talk over something or talk something over means to discuss or talk about something carefully. We need to talk over the details of the plan before making a decision. This means we should discuss the details of the plan before deciding. They talked over the problem for hours until they found a solution. This means they discussed the problem for a long time to figure out how to solve it. Let's talk this over and figure out the best way forward. This means we should have a discussion about it to find the best solution. The next phrase is talk somebody into something. Talk somebody into something means to persuade someone to do something they may not want to do. She talked him into going to the party, even though he didn't feel like it. This means she persuaded him to attend the party when he wasn't interested. He talked her into trying the new restaurant, and she loved it. This means he convinced her to try the restaurant, and she enjoyed it. They talked me into signing up for the course. This means they persuaded me to enroll in the course. The next phrase is talk somebody into doing something. Talk somebody into doing something means to persuade someone to do something specific. He talked me into buying a new phone. This means he convinced me to purchase a new phone. She talked him into quitting his job and traveling the world. This means she persuaded him to leave his job and go travel. I'll try to talk her into joining us for the trip. This means I will attempt to convince her to come on the trip with us. The next word is tan. Tan means to become brown or darker in color, especially from exposure to sunlight. She spent the day at the beach and got a nice tan. This means she spent time in the sun and her skin became darker. I need to tan before my vacation. This means I want to get a darker skin tone from the sun before I go on holiday. His skin is naturally tan, even without sun exposure. This means his skin color is naturally darker without needing to go in the sun. The next word is target. Target means a specific goal or objective that you aim to achieve. The company set a target to increase sales by 20% this year. This means the company aimed to achieve a 20% increase in sales within the year. His target was to finish the project by Friday. This means his goal was to complete the project by Friday. They are targeting young people with their new advertisement campaign. This means they are focusing their efforts on young people in the advertisement campaign. The next word is task. A task is a piece of work or a job that needs to be completed. She completed the task of organizing the files. This means she finished the job of arranging the files. His task for the day was to write the report. This means his job or duty for the day was to write the report. They assigned him the task of managing the team. This means they gave him the responsibility of leading the team. The next word is tease. Tease means to make fun of someone in a playful or unkind way. She likes to tease her friends by calling them funny names. This means she enjoys joking around with her friends and calling them silly names. Don't tease your brother like that. It's not nice. This means you should not make fun of your brother in that way, as it can hurt him. He teased her about her new haircut, but she didn't mind. This means he made fun of her new haircut, but she wasn't upset by it. The next word is teaspoon. A teaspoon is a small spoon, typically used for stirring drinks or measuring ingredients. I need 1 teaspoon of sugar for my coffee. This means I need a small spoonful of sugar for my coffee. She stirred the soup with a teaspoon. This means she mixed the soup using a small spoon. He added a teaspoon of salt to the recipe. This means he added a small spoonful of salt to the recipe. The next word is technical. Technical means relating to a particular subject or field, often involving specialized knowledge or skills. He has technical skills in computer programming. This means he is skilled in the specific area of computer programming. The technical details of the project are still being worked out. This means the specific and specialized aspects of the project are still being planned. She gave a technical explanation of how the machine works. This means she provided a detailed and specialized explanation of the machine's functioning. The next word is technological. Technological means related to technology or the use of advanced tools and equipment. The company is known for its technological innovations. This means the company is famous for creating new and advanced technologies. They are developing a new technological product for the market. This means they are working on a new product that involves advanced technology. Technological advancements are changing the way we live. This means new technologies are making significant changes to our lives. The next word is telecommunications. Telecommunications refers to the transmission of information over long distances through various forms of technology, such as phones, the internet, and radio. The telecommunications industry has grown rapidly with the rise of mobile phones. This means the industry focused on communication technologies has expanded quickly due to the popularity of mobile phones. They offer telecommunication services like internet and phone connections. This means they provide services that allow people to communicate over long distances, such as internet and phone services. The company is investing in new telecommunications infrastructure. This means the company is putting money into building and improving the technology that allows communication over long distances. The next word is telescope. A telescope is a tool used to see distant objects, often in space or the sky. He used a telescope to observe the stars. This means he used a tool to look at stars that are far away. She looked through the telescope to see the moon clearly. This means she used the telescope to get a better view of the moon. Astronomers use telescopes to study planets and galaxies. This means scientists who study space use telescopes to observe planets and galaxies. The next phrase is tell off somebody. To tell somebody off means to speak to someone angrily or criticize them. His mother told him off for being late. This means his mother scolded him because he arrived late. She told him off for not doing his homework. This means she criticized him for not completing his homework. The teacher told off the students for talking during class. This means the teacher scolded the students for speaking when they shouldn't. The next word is temper. Temper refers to a person's mood or the state of being angry or calm. He has a bad temper and gets upset easily. This means he often becomes angry very quickly. She tried to control her temper when she got bad news. This means she tried to stay calm instead of becoming angry. He kept his temper in check during the argument. This means he controlled his anger during the disagreement. The next word is temporarily. Temporarily means for a short period of time, not permanently. The store is temporarily closed for renovations. This means the store is closed for a short time while it is being renovated. He moved to another city temporarily for work. This means he lived in a different city for a short time because of his job. The road is temporarily blocked due to construction. This means the road is blocked for a short period of time while work is being done. The next word is temptation. Temptation is the desire or urge to do something, especially something wrong or unhealthy. The cake was a big temptation, and I couldn't resist eating it. This means the cake looked very appealing, and I gave in to the desire to eat it. He felt the temptation to skip work, but he decided to go anyway. This means he was strongly tempted to not go to work, but he chose to go. Shopping can be a temptation for some people. This means some people find it hard to resist the urge to go shopping.